Oh, what is up, everybody? I'm back.
That was different. I didn't like it.
I'm back. I'm back. Yes, it's me. I'm excited.
You were gone for one episode. It's not like you were on, a multi-week hiatus and we were all worried.
Everybody misses me, though. And I missed everybody. I missed everybody. I'm back. I'm excited. You cannot be excited, Kelsey. That's fine. Fucking try to hate on my shine. It don't matter. Don't care. So
that's what I'm known for, hating on your shine.
So one thing I do have to clear up is that James has literally played Final Fantasy XIV for like 10 minutes. So he is not the accurate person to give any kind of description on how good that game is. He started and he wanted to be our healer, and then he found out that healers don't do a lot of damage, so then he deleted his character, and now he's trying to be a black mage so he can do more damage. So James has zero experience in this game at all to be sitting here being like, it's all right, it's Final Fantasy. This is also James's first Final Fantasy. The game's fucking amazing. It's so good. It's so goddamn good. Like I didn't want to play it for the longest because I knew it was bad. Everybody said it was bad, and then they brought in the new directors who completely redid the entire fucking game from the ground up, and it's fucking amazing. It's so good. And the same two people who did that are also the same two people who are doing Final Fantasy 16. So I'm even more fucking pumped for Final Fantasy 16 now. I don't know how good fucking 14 is. But holy shit, am I addicted. This game has dominated my fucking life. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I was playing it
How
while
many
I was
hours
in the
have you
hospital.
played now?
I don't know. I don't think a day has went by where I haven't played it for at the minimum an hour. Minimum. So, since I've been playing. But yeah, we were literally just sitting there talking about Final Fantasy 16. It was me and Mike. Yeah, it was me and Mike and James. We were waiting for James to get on. And I think Tony had just joined the party. And Mike's like, dude, man, I really want to play 14. And I was like, yeah, me too, but I don't feel like I have anybody to do it with. And he's like, well, fuck it, dude. Free trial's out, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, let's fucking do it. I was like, sweet. So then we both just started downloading it right away. And then we haven't put it down since then. Because the free trial right now, and I strongly urge anybody who wants to try out an MMO or wants to try out a Final Fantasy game, I strongly suggest trying it out, even if you're not a multiplayer fan, because the story is actually really good. Obviously, you have your normal MMO, go fetch this for me and bring it back, or go take this letter all the way across the fucking continent to this one person, and oh, by the way, you don't have a mount yet, so you gotta fucking walk all the way there, and stuff like that. It's gonna have that, it's an MMO, but the main storyline is actually extremely good. The fucking cutscenes, like Final Fantasy never lets down on those, or Square Enix, should I say, never lets us down on those. Like, it's fucking great. But what I will say is, for the Final Fantasy fans out there who haven't played it, it is a huge, huge, just nostalgia hit. That's just all there is to it. Like, all there is to it. Like, they start talking about, like, we had these people fighting with us, and they're gone. We didn't need another name, so we just started calling them the Warriors of Light. And I'm like, okay, there's Final Fantasy 1. And then they're talking about, like, this big old attack that happened. Like, yeah, this bad guy wanted to, and I'm not spoiling anything, this is all in the trailer, but they're like, the bad guy wanted to bring the moon down and crash it into the earth. They were calling it Project Meteor, and I'm like, come on, guys. It's got fucking 7 written all over it. Like, really?
Maybe the wildest thing about that game's story now is they wrote in, like, canonically, how bad the launch of the game was.
Yeah.
And within the game's story wrote, oh shit, and then something happened and time got reset.
Calamity. Yeah, the Calamity. 5 years,
Yeah,
it destroyed the entire Earth, and now you're rebuilding it. Yeah, they literally wrote it in as it's part of the story to make fun of themselves for it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, but as I was saying, if you go to Square Enix, just type in Square Enix Final Fantasy 14, you'll be able to fucking pick it up from there. But right now it is free to play up until level 60. You go through the first 15 levels very quickly, because at 15 you can then travel outside of your continent and go to other continents. So that means that you can then team up and play with your friends. Because depending on what class your friends choose depends on where you're going to spawn in the map. So
what?
Yeah, so I got
like
spawned in. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. I think there's like 4 or 5 now with the expansions out. Because one of them you can't go to because it's the bad one. But yeah, 3 you can start at for sure. Yeah, and so like for instance, I spawned in, is it Ul'dan? Ul'dan, I think is where it is the desert. That's where I spawned at. And there, if you're a gladiator or a black mage or a monk, that's where you spawn. Now, Mike wants to be a dragoon, so he has to do the lancing class, which will then turn into the dragoon. So he spawned off in the fucking forest completely away from me. It does not matter your race. Race does not matter. You can pick whatever race you want to, whatever gender you want to. It's specifically your class. Whatever you pick for a class is where you're gonna be. What I really am excited for about this game is that once I get to level 30, which I'm 25 now, I'll be able to move into the paladin class and go away from gladiator. Get that to level 50, and whenever I get that to level 50, I can become a dark knight. The dark knights are the ones that use the big fucking, buster blade weapons. And apparently, whenever they get a victory and whenever they level up, they actually spin their sword like Cloud does and then puts it on their back. I was like, fuck yes. But anyways, here's the cool part. Here's the cool part. This game rewards you for the progress you've already done. So, like, let's say all three of us are raiding right now, right? And we go into there, and my job as a paladin is to grab every enemy's attention on me because I'm the tank. I'm there to absorb the damage, and then, you guys can dish it out with DPS, healing, whatever you want to do, right? So, I get all their attention, bring them on me, absorb that damage. Then after that, I'm going to stun everybody, and with a hotkey, a single hotkey, I literally switch my weapon to whatever my Dark Knight weapon is, and it completely switches all my armor because Dark Knight can't wear paladin armor. And my level switches as well. So whenever you switch to different class, it's a completely different level. You start out at 0 and then you're in nothing but your underwear. So you build up all your classes independently, and you could switch between them within a second. So then I would stun everybody with the paladin, switch to Dark Knight, do a shit ton of DPS, and then as soon as they start waking up out of that daze, right back to the paladin to absorb the damage that's about to come my way. Bam, just like that. It's pretty
that's
fucking
fantastic.
awesome. And you can do that with as many classes as you want. There's no limit. You can literally max out every class in the game.
I have like 6 classes at level 40 or something.
Yep. You can max out every class in the game. Cool. So if you wanted to be like a mage, you can learn every single fucking magical class there is out there. Red mage, the dark mages, the healers, all of it. Every single one of them. And then you could just switch between and use all the spells.
There probably isn't any restrictions or guidance on, like, you have to have a party made up of this. Like, nope. Fuck that noise. It's everybody's whatever they want, whenever they want to be.
They try to tell you, I think it was 2 DPS, 1 tank, and 1 healer, I think is what they said.
They won't, Chris, what you're sort of describing, I don't think you can do.
What do you mean?
Like, once you join a dungeon as a class, you can't change it in the middle of the dungeon.
That's what was surprising.
I was able to change whenever we just did one, and I was able to change. Yeah, I was able to go in and switch on and off.
Usually when I join the thing and I'm like not the class anymore, it's like, hey, you joined as a lancer, you better switch back to the other thing. Trying to play mahjong because the game has a full mahjong simulator.
Bro, when I got that quest, I was like, really, I did get worried. And Kelsey knows what I'm talking about when I say this. I did get worried. They do also have an in-game card game. I did get worried.
No.
It did not hit me as hard as Gwent. It's called Triple Triad, but the game is extremely simple to fucking play. It's basically laid out like tic-tac-toe, and it randomly picks who goes first. You lay a card down, and your card is going to have 4 point values on it at each. Well, it's actually down here in the middle, but it represents each edge. So whatever number's on top, that's their attack for the top. And your job is to lay a card down that's going to beat that value wherever you're planning on laying it, but also strategically looking at what they still have to put down and trying to make sure your weakest value is not going to be able to get hit and conquer as many cards as you can on the field. It's crazy.
See, what I'm really grateful for is that explanation was shorter than the Gwent explanation that you went into that one time on that one podcast that we also didn't ask for.
This one's not as bad.
Triple Triad is it was in Final Fantasy VIII first, and then they ported it to this.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Gold Saucer yet?
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. The moment I got, it's actually funny. The guy you get that quest from is such a fucking douchebag. I thought I was gonna kick his ass when I first saw him because it's like this fucking like rich humanoid guy that's walking around. He's got like this. They're called Lalafels, but it's like the short people race in that game. But they're called Lalafels. So he's literally got one of them walking behind with like 20 fucking boxes in their hand, way over their fucking head. They can't see where they're going. And then like they drop one and the dude turns around. He's like bitching and yelling at the Lala Fell. And then I walk up, the dude's like, ha ha ha, I'm so rich. Da 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 da. I just won all this money. Da 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 da. Here's a free ticket to the Golden Saucer. And I was like, I still kind of wanted to kick his ass. I'm not going to lie. Like, you gave me a free ticket to the Golden Saucer, but I still kind of want to kick your ass. So I was like, what a dick, dude.
Well, once you have the ticket, can't you still kick his ass?
No, you can't just fight random NPCs. He disappears after that. Yeah, he doesn't actually stay in that city. So, but yeah, so now that I have the ticket, I can go to the Gold Saucer when I want to for free on the airships, or because my home base is literally in the desert, and so is the Gold Saucer. It cost me like 59 gold to teleport there, so it is what it is.
That's a lot of gold.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I literally just dropped 15k just to start up a fucking free company for me and all my friends who are playing now. So, yeah, which is basically a clan, but they call it free companies in this game. But yeah, I did fuck up though. This is something that I do want to give caution to new players. If you buy the full game, which means you get all the DLCs, which is not bad price at all, since each DLC is supposed to be able to, lengthen-wise, story-wise, supposed to be close to an actual full Final Fantasy game. From what I've been told, yes. If you buy the entire collection pack, not the deluxe, the collection pack. The deluxe is like $89. The collection pack is $59.99, the price of a normal video game. You get the original game, you get all 4 of the DLCs that are out, and you get a month's worth of subscription. A month's worth of subscription on top of that. That's a pretty goddamn good deal. Like, that's fucking 5 games for the price of 1, basically, at that point. Like, that's pretty legit, honestly. But what I want to say is, because I got the DLCs, I was like, oh, I want to go look at the cutscenes, like, for the releasing of these trailers. You know what I mean? Don't do that. I fuck myself up. I ruined something for me big time, and it pisses me off because it has something to do with the person that runs my city, and someone does something to that person. I'm trying to be as vague as possible, and I work a lot with the person that does the one thing. So now every time I see him, I'm like, I want to beat the fuck out of you now, but I can't, because that's not how the game works. There's plot that still needs to be played out, but now I'm just like, it gets at me. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, you got like 7 years of story to work through.
Oh yeah,
take a long time.
Yeah.
I still haven't.
I'm so floored.
I am close to finishing the original game story.
Damn.
I'm doing like level 45 quests or something, but like, I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, I want to say my quests are still back on like level 18 because I was waiting for the 3 friends that I started this venture with to also hit that level, because it's like the first level where you can actually kind of all team up and do the quest together. And we actually picked our like group based on the fact of the 2 DPS, 1 tank, and 1 healer layout. So we're all like, so we're like, all right, cool. And then, like, the issue is that we all work constantly different shifts. So I've been at like the level to do the fucking mission for like 2 weeks now, and it's driving me fucking nuts, because this is where I'm about to probably blow JoJo's mind. I have beaten every single, and I literally mean every single quest that is 25 and below in my entire area. I'm talking central, south, east, west, and north. Every single quest. Didn't matter if it was 100 EXP and 100 gold or 5,000 EXP and 500 gold. Didn't matter. I did every single one, because I'm literally running out of shit to do, because the thing that levels you up the most is the main fucking story, which I can't fucking do because I'm waiting on these fucks to hurry up and catch up with me so we can fucking do it together. And your fucking guild decides that it wants to give you levels as soon as you hit like level 15. Oh, we're going to start giving you a fucking quest every 5 levels. It takes a long time. Just to go from 24 to 25 was like 95,000 EXP. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Which brings me back to what I was saying, which is that it takes you a while to get to 60. So the free trial, what's that?
You can level another class. You can try out being another dude.
That's not going to help my main level, JoJo. That's not going to help my main level. I need to get to 30 as the gladiator.
No, you keep leveling your main level and just get like monk to 18s. You're going to hang out with them when they're doing their low level bullshit.
But gladiator. is what I need to get to 30. I'm so close. I'm 26. I need to get to 30 so I can become paladin. I'm so close. Because then I got to get that to 50 so I can become a fucking Dark Knight. Ha!
Yes.
Damn it.
I love JoJo's like, yep, that's how it works.
I haven't gotten Dark Knight yet. I got Red Mage.
Oh, you do have Red Mage? Okay,
Samurai. Yeah, I am a level 51 Dragoon. And
dude,
then
Dragoons are so fucking cool. Oh my god, I can't do it, man. I hate the whole lancing weapon. I can't do it. But man, whenever you watch that opening cinematic, I can't remember which DLC it was for, but the opening cinematic where all those Dragoons are like standing on the rooftops and that whole army of dragons come in and they all just jump up into the air and within like 3-hit combos you just see dragons falling out of the sky left and fucking right. I was like, Dragoons are so badass. Like, oh my, they've been in the goddamn series since like what, 4? I think is when we first saw the first Dragoon. It was one of the playable characters. Yeah.
And they give you armor that makes you look just like Kane Highwind from 4, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you look like a fucking badass. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, man. But I'm excited because I heard that all of Cloud's Advent Children stuff you get through veteran rewards. So sooner or later,
I totally have.
Yep.
All that, yeah.
You get the entire Advent Children outfit, and then I can buy Fenrir as my mounts when I finally get my mounts. I can buy Fenrir as my mount for like $20. I was like, ooh, yeah.
Is Fenrir a wolf?
Fenrir is Cloud's motorcycle in Advent Children. You haven't watched it yet.
Sure.
But that's the name of his motorcycle in Advent Children is Fenrir.
Okay.
So, super
I was going to say,
yeah.
Fenrir is very notably a wolf, but I feel like if Cloud had at any point in time been on a wolf, you would have a statue of that and I would have seen it.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. It's actually funny. I had to fucking take a screenshot of it and send it to Kelsey because you'll get a kick out of it. But JoJo will know what I'm talking about because I'm sure he's probably seen it. But they do, so they have their own online store, right? Their own e-store. And you can look at, armors and weapons and fucking mounts and shit. And then they also have minions, which are little pets that literally don't do anything game-wise besides they follow you around. They don't fight. They don't do anything. So I actually have a little Chocobo.
There is an elaborate little RTS minigame.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. Yep, in the Gold Saucer, where you can literally do like that you fight your minions against other people with their minions and shit. Yeah,
there's so much stuff in the game at this point. It's amazing. I just hang out in the casino and then don't level up any. I'm just.
Dude,
remind me, how long has this game been out?
Oh,
7 years or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay. So they've just been adding to it for a long time, and there's an active community still play?
Oh yeah. And they have another DLC releasing next year. Yeah, this is like actively still being done. Like we have another DLC coming in 2021. They just said that whenever they did the Final Fantasy XVI press release. They're like, also, don't worry, 2021, we've got another big thing coming for Final Fantasy XIV as well. So they literally have their own separate team that works strategically just on the MMO world. So there's the one that works on MMO, they have one team that works on Remake, and then they have one team that works on the continuation of Final Fantasy.
That is very cool. This actually, you guys are selling me on this, and didn't realize how cool this was. Please keep talking.
It's so much fun.
After World of Warcraft, I think it's the most successful MMO out there currently, which there aren't a lot. But
more so than League?
League's not MMO. League is a MOBA. That's a top-down chess game. MMO is massive multiplayer online, so hundreds of people are playing big shit like that. Yeah, that's what an MMO.
Thank you. Honestly, I've never played League.
I think you would like it. Because of how I know how you are with DLC and stuff, I would never see you buying a subscription. I think that you would have a lot of fun. Because it's going to be
a million microtransactions?
No, well, it's just you have to pay $14 a month to be able to play the game. It's a subscription-based game because it's a free game. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I could see you downloading it and playing it until you hit level 60. I mean, that right there alone would take you fucking forever to do. I mean, once again, I've been playing it every day for like fucking a week and a half now, and I'm still, I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of waiting on Mike and them, but I'm only at level 25. I said you get to 15 super quick, so you can leave your area and play with your friends. After that, it's like slow as fuck to level up. Like, they hit you hard with that. Okay, cool. EXP's like 5,000 to level up, and now it's like fucking 30,000 to level up. Go fuck yourself. Like, it's great. Yeah. It's great. It's a lot of fun. I love it. Which, This you'll get a kick out of. I found the super rare cactar, the gigantic one that's a level 50 with the fucking flower on its head. And I saw it, so I walked over there and I threw my shield at it to get its attention because it was surrounded by a whole bunch of ants. And I was like, maybe if I try to play cautiously, I can fucking fight this thing. Because I knew if you killed it, you got a lot of stuff. This thing literally ran up and it had its like hands down, so it did like this uppercut hit like that, but it hit me in the butt. So it literally looked like this cactar ran up, grabbed my ass, and my dude just died. Like, instantly. He grabbed my ass, and someone watched it happen. A high-level player was there, watched it happen, and then literally typed in a message, "There's a special cactar over here if anybody wants it. Also a dead player if someone wants to revive him." And then jumped on his dragon and flew off. I was like, what a dick. You could have picked me up, you asshole. It's the only time I've died in the game. It's the only time I've died in the game. He just literally ran up like this. He's like, eh. And then my dude just like, that was it. That was it. Done. Full health, everything. Just passed the fuck out. I was like, that shit got real fast. I was like, I do not have enough range things besides throwing my shield, and that does not do enough damage. I was like, I couldn't fight that if I wanted to. I was like, God damn it. Oh, man.
I'm sure it's not accurate, but I have this image in my head of that high-level player, like, watching this happen and then, like, slowly looking around and being like, does he have any friends? Does he have any friends?
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't want to deal with noobs today. I'm just leaving.
Yeah, I was out there all by myself. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. I was all by myself. I don't even think anybody was on. I don't think I was streaming. I was just power leveling. I was like, oh, that cactar has a flower on its head, and it's like 8 feet taller than all the rest of them. I was like, that must be a special one. And then after I died, I looked it up and it was like, yeah, you get like all this shit if you can kill it. And I was like, God damn it.
You just probably have to be a higher level and more tactical than you were being.
Well,
yeah, you kind of have to be. The numbers matter.
Yeah, just a little bit. I looked at that level 50 cactar and was like, I can do this. That cactar looked at me and was like, level 11? Yeah, and it beat the fuck out of me. Yeah. I thought I could outrun it and just keep lobbing my shield at it, and then if it got close, do like my AoE stun. No, it gained ground on me so fucking fast. It wasn't even close. The cactar was like, "Did you just fucking throw your shield at me?" Oh man, that did not work out. It's my favorite.
Did you just throw your shield at me?
Oh my God.
Impaled, dead.
Yep.
Lol.
Touched me on my butt. And I passed out. I mean, that's literally what it looked like. It's literally what it looked like. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like I said, game's super fun. I know there's a huge community out there that's not playing it solely due to how bad it was when it came out and are on that fence like I was, because I was part of that community, and I can't recommend it enough. It's so fucking fun. Huge nostalgia grab. Like, I mean, the gold saucer alone, like JoJo was saying, you could literally spend an entire day there and not even fucking notice it.
They play the music.
Yeah, they play the gold saucer music. Exactly. So you have that. On top of that, they actually have a lottery system. So you can buy little scratch-off tickets to win gold saucer points. And then there's a big boy lottery system, like the one kind of like Powerball, where you go, you pick your numbers, and they call a number like every 6 or 12 hours or some shit like that. And if you're it, you get it. But, you're playing with like hundreds of other fucking people who are all in there. My favorite so far is the fucking parkour map. Oh my God, is that fucking game so fucking hard, but it's so rewarding. It is so rewarding. Because I'm trying to get, and JoJo's going to know what I'm talking about, obviously. Kelsey won't. But out of the triple triad card game, there's one card that is the strongest card of all. And it costs 1 million points to get this card. What is the name of that card, JoJo?
Yeah.
What?
It's Cloud Strife.
I was like, I have to get this fucking card. It's Cloud. I have to get it.
Yeah.
And, man... It is rough. It is rough. The best is the parkour.
I am not.
Best game to get the points is the parkour, hands down. But what's cool about it is so normally most of the games you get anywhere between 20 to maybe 500 gold saucer points. In this parkour one, just doing the maze, you can walk away with $2,000. And on top of that, if you get all the trophies, you can go anywhere between like 8 to 10 grand, or if you could just get the medium amount, you can get like 5. So it's like that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why would you just play that all day? Here's the fun part. It shows there's a little cactar person, and it's funny because the golden saucer is done around cactars in this game. So like they're like the mascot, so they're wearing like a top part of a suit, a top hat, and a monocle. They look like the little Monopoly man, but just the cactar version of one. They're all just walking around and shit. Yeah, I know.
That's so cute.
So there's one of them that spawns in this one spot, but there's no, from what I've read, and correct me if I'm wrong, JoJo, but there's no set time. It just shows up whenever the fuck it wants to. There's no actual set time.
There is an event, not necessarily that event, but there is an event every 20 minutes, basically. And so it could be that parkour thing. It could be some other dodge attacks thing. But yeah, you can't necessarily predict.
Yeah, you can't predict when it's going to happen. So there's one part in the gold saucer where if you're walking up these fucking stairs and you see like 50 fucking players just standing around this empty spot, they're waiting on that fucking cactar to show up. That's what they're doing. Yeah. Like I walked by, I was like, why are all these people here? And everybody's like dancing and doing emotes and shit. So I'm just like, I'm going to wait this out. I'm going to kind of see. And I was like trying to talk to people in chat. Some people were talking to me. Some people weren't, like, you're a noob, fuck off, and stuff like that. So I was just like trying to figure it out. And all of a sudden I saw this cactar just pop up out of nowhere. And it's like, hey, would you like to play this parkour map? Man, is that fucking shit hard. But goddamn it, it's just so fucking fun. Oh, I still haven't gotten the gold medal yet. I'll go after bronze and I'll go after silver. Every time I go after gold, I fall off. I restart all the way at the beginning and I never make it all the way back. I'm like, because people knock you off and oh my god, it's so hard, dude.
You see, Kelsey, the game has a jump button, but that game is not made for jumping. Like, it's not a good jump. You don't have very much control of this mini game. They're trying to make you do really precise stuff that you don't have very precise control over.
No. And I'm doing it with a controller, which makes it worse. Oh
my
gosh. There's so many times where I go to jump. There's so many times where I go to jump and I accidentally push the stick in because like I'm like, in that like that adrenaline mode. I'm like, oh, and I'll make it, but I'll scare myself because the stick goes in. So then my dude pulls the sword and shield out like this, and I think I'm falling, and then I overcompensate and fall off anyway. And I'm like, God damn it! It's like I had it. Why did I move? It happens all the time. It's so much fun.
Yeah, there's a bunch of that sort of thing. Like there's one that's a rail shooter.
Yep.
That you can get like 3,000 off of. That's a lot easier.
Yeah, that one's the easiest.
Yojimbo from 2010. You just got to dodge his sword for a while.
I have not done that one yet.
It's great. There's just so much going on there. It's really, really cool.
Now, JoJo, when you said that it was a rewarding game, do you mean rewarding as far as the money that you get off of it, or the reward of like, I successfully did this, I am a badass? Like, which?
Oh no, you just get a bunch of tokens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From it.
Yeah. Bunch of tokens.
You meant literally rewarding.
Because you can buy minions with the tokens, which is pretty cool. So like the little things that follow you around. That's how I got my little Chocobo. So my Chocobo is like a hatchling. So he's half out of his egg. The whole bottom half of him is still the egg. And his feet are poked through it, so he's running around waddling. He looks like he's going to fall over as he's running because he's trying to keep up with me. They also have the fat Chocobo. You can get your little fat Chocobo minion as well.
There's also an elaborate Chocobo racing.
Oh, yes! The Chocobo racing! Yes, they brought that back too.
You can breed them.
Yes. But I haven't found out if I can inbreed my Chocobo yet. I have not found that out yet. That's the ticket.
Why is that a goal?
Because in Final Fantasy VII, it would take
you.
Yeah, exactly. Take about a week
I know
to
it's
get a
essential
golden
there, but...
S class. Golden S class Chocobo could take up to a week in the original 7. If you inbreed it, you can get up there within I think like 4 hours to Golden S. So
you might be able to do it in this game.
I hope
but
so,
it'll
dude.
take a long time.
I hope so. And it's not even just so much the fact that I did the inbreeding, but it's like I literally named the first 2 Ma and Pa. And then after that, it's like I don't give a shit about the names, so it would be like, you got the gray Chocobo, so I just called it Mountain Chocobo. And it's like, you got the blue Chocobo, and I called it River Chocobo, because that's literally what they're called in the game. And then finally I get my golden Chocobo, and I'm like, I will call Choco. You get a name. Everybody else does it. You get a name. So, that was the funny part. My girlfriend was making fun of me because I was naming my Chocobo and I was trying to see like if you can actually name it, but unfortunately with the racing ones you have to pick a name because I don't have my mount yet, so I was just using like an actual racing one that they bred for me, and I think I ended up going with like Meteor. Yeah, trying to do something Final Fantasy VII related. Anyways, but I wanted to name it, it wouldn't let me name it, and so she's like, well, what are you naming it? And I was like, well, I was going to call it Oko, and she's like, you're so ready for your daughter to be here already. Like, yes. So, but yeah. So yeah, you got that. Yeah, dude, there's just so much to do in the Golden Saucer. Oh my god, there's just so much to fucking do. Whenever I got that quest, and I think it was seasonal for me to work there, I was like, why would I do that? Yeah. Whenever they first get to me, I was like, why would I do that? And then like I got bored, and I was like, fuck it, I'll get EXP for it. So I did it, and you get 5,000 tokens for that. I was like, what? I was like, can I do that again? I did it again because you can redo that quest, and it only gave you 100. And I was like, motherfucker. So. Yeah. Yeah,
you gotta make sure you're doing the mini cact pots every day.
Yes, I do that every day, dude. Yes. Oh.
Pretty predictable to get like consistently.
Yeah, consistently. It's the scratcher. It's the little scratcher ticket. You have I think it's 1, 2. Is it 3x3 or is it 4x4? I think it's 4x4.
Yeah, 3x3.
Oh, it's 3x3. Okay.
It's 3x3. A couple numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically you want to scratch, and I think you get 1 to start off with, and then you get to scratch 3 times. And then afterwards, you want to try to use either the numbers that you have, or you want to use the numbers that you have in front of you that you can see, but try to guesstimate where like the rest of all the big numbers are. And then you get to pick a line, whether you want to go this way, diagonal, whatever. You get to pick a line, and whatever the sum of that is gives you your bonus for what you're going to get paid out. So it's like if you hit 21, you'll get paid this much, and like it's not always the best to go high because sometimes I think like 19 you get paid like 100 fucking points, but if you get like fucking 28, you get paid like 3,500. Yeah. So yeah, it's like all over the place. The best
possible one is 6.
Yeah.
Where you get 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever managed that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like both of you are like, obviously.
There's not that many options, so if you do it enough times, like you'll hit these jackpots. If
that was the
understand how it works.
That was my first ticket, was that I hit 6, and I thought that like that's how it was. So like you got that first free one, we're like, oh yeah, let's give you one for free so you could try it out. And I like was doing it, and I was like, okay. And I didn't. Sometimes, and I know I talk shit about these kind of people, but that's where I was at. I was in the hospital. I was waiting for a baby to be born. We were there for a couple days before we even got to the point of like active labor. I needed something to do. So I was just like, I needed something to occupy my time. So I'm like, fuck it, gambling. All right, cool, whatever. So I literally just like, I think I threw down 1,000 gil to get 100 gold saucer points to start out with. And they gave me that free game. And I immediately did that first. And I didn't read the instructions at all. And that literally was, my fucking thing was 3, 2, 1. So I just picked that because those were the ones that I scratched out. And then it was like, you got 10,000 points. And I was like, why did I spend money on this? I just got 10,000 points out of nowhere. I was like, does that happen all the time? And then it took like 2 shitty tickets for me to actually read the rules. And then I was like, I get it now. Okay.
It's a casino, but it's basically impossible to lose money in there. The tickets cost so little that
it's
like you're always going to make.
And I think the lowest you can do is 25 as a payout. Yeah.
Right, and they're giving you 50% extra for next week or two, I think, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the limited time event. So I'm raking it in. It's great.
Oh, and that's something else. I don't know another game that does this. They actually give you incentives for logging off the game while you're in town. They give you what they call rest EXP. So if you log off in a sanctuary, then
MMO shit.
Well, so other MMOs do that? Okay, I don't know. I've tried. So I've never gotten past a free trial of World of Warcraft. I tried 3 different times, and I couldn't do it. It just didn't capture my attention. There was another MMO, Blight Desert Online. Didn't do it for me. Really wanted to get into it. Didn't do it for me because I've always wanted to be part of like the MMO culture. Like I've always wanted to, but I could not get a game. And then they came out with this one for Final Fantasy, and it's like, oh, obviously this would be the one to grab me, right? And then everybody's like, oh, it's fucking terrible. And I was like, cool, dodging that as well. So then I just like, fuck it. I'm not going to worry about it. And now here we are, as JoJo said, 7 years later. And I'm finally playing it for the first time because everyone's like, it's fucking amazing now. And yes, this was the one to grab me. I'm so goddamn addicted. It's ridiculous. Like, I was like, I'll play till level 60. And then if I'm still feeling it, I'll buy the game. I bought it the next day. Literally the next day. It didn't even take me long. Next day, bought it, all the DLC, all of it. It was done. Because I had so many people. This is one thing I will say, and just in case some of those people are watching, because I know they did come over here and watch Dead Funny, and I really appreciate you for doing that as well. I had some people jump in my chat just because they knew I was new to the game. So they went looking for people who had lower views, and like, okay, this is a person that's new to the game, plus I also had it first time ever playing, and stuff like that. Very helpful, and they were helpful in a way where it was like,
Aww.
They weren't telling me what to do. They were when I had questions, they would answer them. So that was
Wait,
the kind
so they
of
were
like,
actually being like inclusive and awesome?
Exactly, yes. Versus like, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. So it'd be stuff where it's like, I'd see somebody on Fenrir, and I'm like, oh fuck, Fenrir, how do I get that? And they'd be like, well, it's something you can buy with real money. It costs about $20 and you can get out of the e-store. Sweet, cool, thank you. Now I know. Stuff like that. Like, we were wanting to know, like, how long does it take for us to be able to actually realistically play together? When you hit level 15, you can move to other continents and actually play together and shoot people for party invites and friend invites, stuff like that. Yeah, it was awesome. Super fucking helpful people.
Yeah, people who play the game are nice.
That's what I was getting to. Yeah, this is easily the most welcoming community I've ever been a part of. Like, League, fucking toxic. Overwatch, fucking toxic. Final Fantasy XIV, amazing. Like, nothing but amazing. There's so many times in chat where people will literally be like, hey, Clouded Blade, are you new at the game? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, all right, cool. Do you have any questions or anything like that? No, I'm good. All right, sweet. Soldier on.
That sounds incredible!
And there's also these built-in, like, stuff to onboard people, where it's just like, here, you get to be in a special chat area for new players and people who volunteer intentionally to be, like, mentors.
Mm-hmm.
And
they'll actually
like,
show you, like,
game,
how to do your combos and shit. Yep. Mm-hmm.
They let you, there's like a welcome back thing where they also then let you into the novice channel, because it had been 3 years since I played, and so I fully didn't remember how to do anything, and they had changed all the character stuff anyway, like, so it's a lot to take in again. But also, I guess I have rested XP forever, because I've leveled up a few times now, and it's just 3 years worth of resting.
From what I've read, you can only save up a full level and a half's worth of rested XP. So you must just be getting off quick enough to where you're able to get it back
or
up.
what? Because it feels like I'm getting
it's just
so much. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you make your character on a new or underpopulated server? Because you get bonus XP from that too.
No,
great.
No, I don't think we did. Yeah, because I didn't know about that until after we had already did it. And we were talking about possibly moving for that, but then like all of us are finally in there now. So it's like, it's not a super populated one though. It's really not. But yeah, we went to, it was like obviously the United States one, and then like I literally was looking down and I saw Genova and then Midgard Sornorm or whatever it was. So we tried Genova and it's like, no, you're not getting into this one. It's way too populated. And then we went to the Midgard one. It was like all of us got in, and I was like, sweet. So,
but because I made my character on like a new server at the time, I got boosted XP for a long time. That's why I have like 6 different character classes that are level 40, because at some point it's just like I was leveling up so hard that I just like switched down to do all those story quests.
Yeah,
it's fun. Yeah, but also I'm on a European server.
Oh, okay.
Because I guess that was what was new at the time.
Fair enough.
My connection is not great.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, I haven't had too many connection issues. Well, I say too many. I haven't had any at all. I didn't. Obviously, once again, I'm new to MMOs. I know what an MMO is. I know how to play it. I'm just new to actually sticking around to an MMO. And so I didn't think about the fact that obviously, like every other game that continues on, they're going to have server maintenance. So I literally got out of... Finally, the last night that my girlfriend was in the hospital, I let her have the entire night to herself. I was like, you're actually moving around. You're fully recovered. They take me off all of your meds. I feel safe enough leaving you here. I want to make sure that like you have like a full night's sleep in this bed by yourself. So I came home, grabbed a pregnancy pillow, all that stuff, made her all nice and comfortable. And I was like, at any point you need me, call me. I live 8 minutes away. I'll come back up here. But I want you to be able to get rest without me being in the bed if you can. If not, and it's harder with me not being there, I'll come back. It's fine. Because I have my laptop. And if I get bored, I have shit I can do on there. So I get back here and I'm like, finally, I get my desktop back. I got my nice big monitors. I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV on my laptop and everything. Which, by the way, shout out to the hospital Wi-Fi at this hospital. Holy fuck. Their internet Wi-Fi wise was way better than my internet plugged in wise. Like, by a fucking landslide. I didn't have lag issues, nothing. I could have fucking streamed if I wanted to while I was there. I didn't, obviously, but I could have fucking done that and I would have been completely fucking fine. But, so I get back on finally my desktop. Great. I literally get on and it's like, you have 30 minutes until we shut down the servers for 6 hours for routine maintenance. And I was like, God damn it. I was so upset. I was so mad. I was like, finally, I'm here. I could just focus on Final Fantasy XIV. Because it's like I was telling Kelsey, because we were talking about this offline. Whenever I say I was playing Final Fantasy in a hospital, it's a lot more of like, I'm playing. I've got the table, my chair angled at my girlfriend. I'm playing for 10 minutes. And then it's like, I'm muting everything. Nurses are coming in. I'm spending 30 minutes helping with the rollover team and moving stuff around and all this other. I mean, if you're going to be an active parent and an active partner, you're going to be doing shit. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You could be the asshole that sits in the fucking corner and is like, I'm just not going to fucking participate. Why the fuck are you even there? So, like I said, obviously I'm doing shit. But whenever she is finally asleep and all they're doing is just coming and checking her levels and stuff, they don't need me. So then it's cool at the wee hours of the morning, 2 and 3 o'clock, I'm there fucking trying to game it up or whatever. Because at that point, for those of you obviously don't know, because I haven't talked about this yet, and I know that I can talk about this, we actually unfortunately had to go through a C-section. So with that being a situation, I wanted to make sure that she was okay. So it was actually hard for me to go to sleep because she's on all these fucking different IVs and everything, and I'm terrified that something's going to happen while I'm asleep and I'm not going to see it. So I want to make sure that I'm right there by the emergency button. She makes any kind of noise, babe, are you okay? I don't hear anything. I'm pressing that button. It's happening. Easy, done. So obviously nothing happened. Everything went well, but that's just how I am. I always think the fucking worst. So that helped me out. It really did. It honestly did help me be able to stay up and be able to watch that. And then 3 o'clock, I finally okay, cool. She's got to wake up. She's got to start doing all her testing stuff. I can crash for 2 hours and then bam, I'm back at it again. Fuck, that was rough. Anyways, so yeah.
You did not get enough sleep. I felt so sorry for you.
Out of the first 4 days, I had a total of 9 hours between the first 4 days. I was literally running on pure adrenaline because I had to go check on her and be with her. And then I'd do that for about an hour and a half. Then I would run down a floor all the way into the back to be in the, what they call the NICU, to be with the baby for about an hour and a half. And then after that, I would have to judge my time, go back up, spend time with her, and then leave, go home, feed Cat, bring in all the mountains and mountains of Amazon boxes, which I know my family watches and everything and stuff like that. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. But bring in the mountain of Amazon boxes that were out there so nothing gets stolen. Bring it all into my apartment. Feed the cat. Make sure everything's all turned off. Head straight back to the hospital. Pick up anything my girlfriend needed while I was there. All that fun stuff. I was probably eating 1 meal a day and running on nothing but pure adrenaline for fucking 4 straight days. But once she was okay and they took her off her meds and she was able to get up and walk around and baby was okay and wasn't on any machines, I was finally. So I came home. I remember telling her, I was I'm going to take a nap. And I remember seeing my cat was in the bed and she never gets into bed. So she was obviously upset because we hadn't been home in forever. And so I laid down next to her and I started petting her and she started purring. Next thing I know, I woke up 8 hours later. That shit happened. I woke up 8 hours later and I was like, where the fuck am I at? I was what has happened? I picked up the phone, I'm calling her and being you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm doing good. You can go back to sleep if you want to. And I was like, no, I'm on my way. Just hold on. I'll be there.
I checked out. I'm back.
Oh, man. But yeah. So yeah, that's why I missed the podcast last week. I'm happy to say I now have a beautiful baby girl. Super pumped. Super excited. And yeah. Who knows? Maybe she'll make some guest appearances on my streams and people can see her. I want to get her to let nice.
She'll probably start streaming herself in a few minutes, calling you an asshole. You know, the important things.
Probably. My first interaction with her, actually, because with her being a preemie, she was in those incubation chambers. Is that what she's in? I think
that's exactly what it's called.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So yeah, and it's got like the doors that you open up and you can stick your hands in and touch them. And obviously, because I'm the dad, I could do skin to skin. So I open the doors and I stick my hands in there and I went to go like touch her shoulder, and she did this whole like where she moved her shoulder away and then did this like that, and then I was like, it's daddy. And then she noticed my voice. She's like, oh, okay. Like she was like just going away from me and just gave me like this look, and I'm like, but it's daddy. And then she's like, oh, okay, that's fine. I was like, you little sass already. Jeez.
Well, I mean, she's probably used to people taking thermometers, cold thermometers, and shoving them in her armpit. So the door opens and she's like, no, I'm warm. Leave me alone.
Well, it wasn't even just that, too. You also had to think about the fact that my girlfriend developed the gestational diabetes. So whenever you have the baby, her for that too. Exactly. When you have the baby, the mother no longer needs to be checked besides the first time after the baby is. And if she's regulated, she's good. But the baby has to be checked for a solid day after they come out. So they were pricking her like every 2 hours to take her blood sugars. And yeah. So yeah, she was being poked and prodded and everything else. But
well, yeah, then the hands come in the thing. She's an intelligent baby. She's like, no, fuck this noise.
She's like, fuck you, dude.
You leave me alone.
What do you want? But with being 3 weeks, or no, 5 weeks, it's 5.3. With being 5.3 weeks early, she was supposed to be on like a breathing machine and all this other stuff. She wasn't on any of it. So luckily for that, she literally had one IV and then a feeding tube. That's it. That's all she's got, like a little small tube in her nose. Other than that, she is rocking it. IV's gone. She's bottle feeding. She's getting up there. So everything's all good. Mom's already been discharged. She's home. So we're knocking it out of the park.
Good. I didn't know that. That's good.
She got discharged yesterday. So, yep. So now now that I'm back at work, I work all day because she is on driving restrictions. Obviously, with the C-section, you can't drive for 2 weeks after that because the seatbelt kind of, falls right there. So, yeah, exactly. So, she can't drive for 2 weeks. So, it's basically I work all day, and then at 3 when I get off, we head up there, go see baby girl for about 2.5, 3 hours, and then we come back home, eat, and do whatever we're going to do for the night. So, I know once she can drive, she'll be up there the entire time. So, yeah, I won't ever see her. She'll come back for, like, dinner and when she's ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
If she's not back by then. If she's not back by then. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so like I said, listen to the last podcast. I want to clear that up. We kind of dominated the podcast with Final Fantasy XIV talk, but James did not sell it enough. I was very upset with his salesman's pitch of Final Fantasy XIV. So I had to come and set the record straight. It's a great fucking game.
Not gonna lie, based on the sales pitch last week and the sales pitch this week, I actually am interested in the game now. After last week, I was like, all right, great, moving on.
It's free. That's all I got to say. And the last thing I want to throw on there, because I started telling you this, and then I literally stopped and we got on about the Gold Saucer. One of the mounts, and I'm going to send you the picture of this because you know what a Moogle is. One of the mounts is a gigantic fat Moogle with like a old school wooden like a tree wrapped handmade basket around its waist, coming down to make a swing set with all these big flowers and everything on it. And it's a mount meant for two. So 2 people sit on it and it flies you around to wherever you're going. It's one of the mounts. The picture for this, Kelsey, is exactly what I just described to you. This is the picture on their website when you go to buy this. With 2 like 8-foot muscle-bound guys in full sets of armor snugged up together on this thing. It looks so ridiculous. I was like, no way, dude. Oh my god. Because somebody had it and they flew past me. I was like, was that a fucking Moogle? I was like, what was that? And then I ended up looking at the mounts online in the store and I was like, this is not the picture they went with. Like, they could have done like a whole romantic thing. No. It's just these 2 huge fucking guys. It's so fucking ridiculous. Oh my god.
Well, I'm glad they did that actually, because the people that are gonna get it are probably already thinking like, oh yeah, it'll be this cute little romantic thing. But like the joke of these gigantic muscle-bound burly men
huge guys.
is way funnier. They made
It's
good
so
choices.
fucking funny. Oh, it cracks me the fuck up. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's so fucking funny. I'll send it to you as soon as we get done with this. It's so goddamn funny. I was like, no way.
And now I want to get like a big fat Moogle to ride around like Kate Sith.
That'd be awesome. Get a Mog, your own Mog.
I'm a little guy. I can ride around on a Moogle.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're a Lalafell. That's right.
Yeah.
There's so many. There is so many.
I have an Iron Man, whatever.
Oh, okay.
You know, big eyeball with wings. From,
yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, if Kelsey played, she wouldn't change her first mount. Your first mount, you get a free Chocobo, so you wouldn't even change your first mount. Yeah. You think you would?
I don't know. It depends on what other mounts are available. I'd at least go looking.
I got a unicorn.
I mean, I'm not super into.
Which is pretty cool. There's a million of them.
Yeah,
there's fucking golden dragons. You think I'm gonna stay with a Chocobo when there's a goddamn golden dragon? Who do you think I am?
I thought you were a gigantic Chocobo fan.
I think they're cute, but I don't actually have that like deep relationship with them because I haven't spent that much time playing a game with them, if that makes sense. Because you didn't get to interact that much in the Final Fantasy VII remake, the first one. You got to see that they existed, but that's about it. But no, there's a weird bunny blob. That's not what I want, but it's interesting.
I think that you would love the fuck out of the Lalafell Chocobo handlers. The ones that they have like a little Chocobo mask on and like a little outfit that looks like they have feathers, and they're these just small little Lalafell Chocobo handlers, and they're just standing there with like this gigantic 8-foot bird next to them holding onto a leash, and they're all like, "Would you like to run a Chocobo?" It's so fucking funny. I love
that. Sounds adorable.
Great. The game's really fun. Like I said, Final Fantasy XIV, type that into Google, and you'll easily go to it. All you got to do is make a Square Enix account. That's completely free, and then they literally send you the client right then and there. You download it on your computer, and like I said, it's free to play up to level 60, and it takes a while to get to level 60. You can, and with you doing the free trial, you were actually able to also play the first 2 DLCs as well with the free trial. They just added that in with the whole level 60 thing. So you actually get to play through the story.
Newest DLC, you can play as a bunny lady. So
Fran. Yeah, Fran. Yeah. Yep. You get the bunny. Reason. And there was another one too, the actual cat people.
Yeah, it's basically like Kamari from Final Fantasy X. Ronso. They call him something else.
Yep, exactly. Or as Kelsey would know because she's got taught on the Elder Scrolls games, the Khajiit, the cat people.
Yes.
Yep.
That's kind of what I was picturing.
Because there's 2 exactly. That's what I was saying. Yeah, there's one where you're humanoid with cat ears and a cat tail, and then there's that one as well, which you get with the DLCs along with the bunny people that he's talking about. So, which I'm kind of upset about the latest server maintenance because whenever I first got into this game, I was amazed. There's this one chick, or it could be a guy, who literally goes to the store in my city, sits on the exact same bench in the same exact spot, and never fucking moves. But every time I come back a couple hours later, they're wearing a different outfit. That's the only time they ever do anything different. They're there all the fucking, like, I'll literally play early in the morning, they'll be there. I'll play late in the afternoon, they'll be there. They're always there. And then since this last server maintenance, because basically whenever you're running around, you have like this little leaf above your head, and I didn't know what the fuck that meant, because then I'd see people with red chairs above their head, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean? It means they're idle, that they're away from the keyboard. I didn't know that. They never have the leaf above their head. They're always idle. So then once I found that out, I was like, I wonder if this person's alive. Like, did they just like die mid-game and like their character's just sitting here? So I'm really hoping I see that person again soon, because since the server maintenance happened and it kicks everybody off, I'm getting a little worried. I'm not gonna lie.
The leaf means you're a new player.
Oh, does it mean you're new? Oh, okay, I thought it meant that. Okay, see, I knew that. Mike, you motherfucker. I hope you're watching this, you son of a bitch. I said that. I said, I think the leaf means either 1, you're in the free trial, or 2, you're a new player. And he goes, nah, everybody who doesn't have a chair has a leaf. And I was like, so you haven't seen anybody without a leaf? And he goes, nah, seriously, everybody has a leaf. And there were like 10 people next to me, and I looked, and they all had leaves. And I was like, okay, cool, he's right. And I was fucking, you motherfucker. Oh, you motherfucker.
I think
you son of a bitch.
the range for how they define new player goes up to like pretty high level. So
doesn't matter.
People
doesn't matter.
Might still be.
Fuck you, Mike. It doesn't matter. No. Doesn't matter. I don't care.
Still mad at Mike.
I don't care if it's fucking level 59. Doesn't go fuck yourself, Mike. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You dragoon.
If you're
bitch.
Mike, please comment in the comments below how you feel about this.
Oh, it's fucking funny. Oh man. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. They got a couple different races. You got elves, you got dragonish type people, you got the big guys. I can't remember what they are, but they're huge. They look like blue versions of the Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard because all the
you would like that with your fucking troll D&D character. Yeah, you'd like that.
Yes. The Hulk is my jam, and I like being the gigantic characters.
Yep.
Then there's something for you, the Rogue Garden or something.
I will be them. I will ride a dragon, and it will be wonderful.
I also thought it was pretty cool.
The same races in 11.
Oh,
and so I only remember the names they had in Final Fantasy 11. So I can't tell you what they call them now.
Yeah, I don't
problem.
remember the fucking names either. Once I saw, yeah, it's fair. Yeah, once I saw that they had like the human type character, and I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna make my guy look as close to Cloud as possible, and then I didn't. I totally actually went the complete opposite way. Like my hair is kind of like in the back it looks like Cloud, and then the front it looks like Clive, which is the new guy from 16, and like Noctis. Like I'm all over the place with like my hairstyle. But anyways, we should go ahead and start wrapping her up here. If I keep rambling on about this game, because it'll keep going on forever and ever. I'm fucking in love with it. It's amazing. But yeah, so if you want to try it out one last time, Final Fantasy XIV, just type that into fucking Google, say how do I play, and it comes up. I would go through Square Enix. You can get it through Steam. I would just do it through Square Enix. I think they give you even more bonus gifts and stuff if you do it through Square Enix as well.
Chris, do you know what server you're on?
Yeah, I'm on Aether is the server. And
so people
exact
world want to join yours.
Yeah. No, good call. And the exact world is Midgar-Zorum or whatever it is, whatever the name of the dragon is.
Oh, you're on.
Yeah, Midgar-Zorum, Aether. If you guys can get in, my thing is Clouded Blade. You guys have seen me stream it at some fucking point. I've played the shit out of it, been streaming the shit out of it. It's up there. But yeah, just Clouded Blade. No crazy shit about it. Literally just Cloud Space Blade. But anyways. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this podcast up. Oh God, how does Chris do these things? I don't know.
Shut up! No, interrupting is the whole point.
Shit.
Fuck off, Chris.
That was my favorite part of the podcast. She's like, how does Chris end these? I don't even know.
Well, I've noticed when I end, I'll always use the same phrase you use when we're doing this. But for some reason, when I was my turn, I was just like, oh, what the fuck does he say? He says it every time. I say it every time. What the fuck is it? And I couldn't remember. So I was like, all right.
It's just funny because I'm just sitting here looking at my phone and she's all like, what the fuck does he say to end these? And the title is 105th Podcast. And I'm just like, oh, man.
Thank you, everybody.
It was like when we were... It was
the appropriate thing was to screw up ending the podcast.
No, exactly.
Right? That's fair. That's fair.
It never goes smoothly, so...
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Embodying his spirit.
But to my defense, to go even worse on that, we worked about 10 episodes into the Final Fantasy VII DFU, and then we took a break for one episode so Kelsey could get taught a little bit about Overwatch before she started playing that. And she said, we're taking a break from our Final Fantasy II semester series.
I did.
I was like, you have got to be shitting me. Because I was editing the DFU at that point. I was like, you have got to be shitting me. And I had this great picture. For those of you who haven't seen it, you need to go back and watch it. It's probably one of my favorite times where I like really did like a lot of post-editing magic. but it's when we played Magic the first time. And I'm looking at these skins and I'm so excited about it. And I was like, oh, I want to pick these skins. And Kelsey literally said to me, it's in the video, literally said to me, as long as they're not grayed out, which in her defense, I've chose to be the gray wizard, so they all looked grayed out to me. As long as they're not grayed out, you should be able to grab them if they say free. So I tried to grab it, and then later on, it spawns me in as this random fucking yellow golden wizard, and I was fucking upset, so I'm yelling at Vlad the entire time, like, dude, shut the fuck up. I've got a wardrobe malfunction. I need to figure out what the hell's going on here, right? So Kelsey then goes, she then goes, something about like, well, obviously, if it's DLC, then you can't have it. And I was like, because I asked her, do I need to that's what it was. I said, do I need to download any of these? She goes, no, if they say free, you just pick them and play it. And then she's like, well, if they're DLC, obviously you can't grab them. I was like, Kelsey, what does DLC stand for? And she's like, fuck you, Chris. She's like, I know what it stands for.
My second and most favorite part of this is Chris is like, which one of these can I have? And they all have little locks on them. And it's like...
They had stars! They had stars!
If it's got a goddamn lock, you can't use it!
Stars!
Genius!
So I literally sit there and I did this whole thing where I was like, ... let's go back a couple minutes, and I go back to where we're having that whole debate while I'm trying to pick my character. I did it where I sped up the conversation. Right. I did it where I slowed down the conversation, and then I'm playing like this whole music where like it's all sad and shit, and I'm like, let me take you to the moment in my life where my heart had just got ripped out, and it comes to that, and she's like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to be that color. So then I decided, outside of the recording, I took a picture of myself just doing this. Like that. And I turned it black and white and I put it on the screen. So whenever she said that shit about Final Fantasy 2, it was her and Bree, and then dead in the middle, I put that picture of me again. Which is so like, we're taking a break from our Final Fantasy 2, and I was just like... I was like, yes. It came in handy.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you enjoy this content, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, turn on the notifications. That way you get notified next time we upload another video. It is in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts. If you want to play Final Fantasy XIV, I've already said the server and all that, but if you still need me to spell it out for you, shoot it down there in the comments and I'll let you know. Would love for people to want to come play and stuff like that. Or if you want to join our free company, we just started that too. The Buster Blades. Yeah. Exactly. And our tag, Knights of the Round. Yes. Perfect. Yes, sir. Anyways, but make sure you hit the Twitters and the Twitches down there in the section below underneath the comments. Or I think it's above the comments. Yeah, above the comment. Well, no, they moved the comments now. The comments are at the top. But is it above the description? I don't know. It's down there. Cares? You'll find it. I care. Okay?
How many out?
I care. I just hit 100 followers on Twitch. Now we got to get JoJo to 50. I'm not giving up on that yet. Like I said, end of the year, JoJo to 50. He's getting affiliate. I know Nathan's already came over there. I think Dark Cantor has. If he hasn't, he will tonight. We're getting him to affiliate. It's happening. So yeah, make sure you check out the Twitch links because we all like to game and have a good time and have fun. So come by and hang out, and also the Twitter's there as well if you want a more direct form of communication. But at the end of all this, hope you guys have a great rest of your week. See you next time.